allow it.
So
I need an adult.
I need this audio.
I want to know.
I
How were you tricked into watching Big Mouth? It sounds like there's a story behind that.
There's not. People are like, hey, have you done this? No, you should.
How is that tricking? You know you couldn't.
Because I trust my friends and they stab me.
There's this wonderful thing. It's called Google, and you can Google, hey, what's the, and then
I've done that too many times. I've gotten terrible results.
Or even when you look at the rating of Netflix, it says what's the rating on it?
I don't know.
I
I don't know
it's
what the rating is.
NC-17.
No, it's MA.
Is it? Yeah.
Yeah, it's MA.
Material.
Contact.
Mature
I
content.
haven't looked at the rating thing.
Oh, you should probably look at ratings. It would probably be smart.
I probably do a lot of things.
You're not wrong. Jason, you're not wrong at all. All right. It's one of the reasons why we love you the most.
Yay.
Oh my gosh.
I'm loved and cared for.
You very much are.
Oh.
You very much are. So.
I needed that.
Hated what?
Oh no, I
Needed.
needed
There's
that.
no hate. There's all love.
That's not true at all.
We all love.
I've been around a while. I know for a fact that is not true.
What?
As far as you might know, but that's a whole fine. So, welcome to episode.
He claps like I do.
He does.
Because I thought I was the only one to know that.
It's
He
something
claps
that
like I do.
I always, every single time he does.
Yeah, that's how I do
like,
it.
oh my god, I only know
claps
like
like
3
me.
people on this planet that do that.
It's Josh's
I'm one of
little
them.
brother.
Josh, would you like to be my BFF?
Yes, I would. I like you.
Oh, here's
Yay.
the other thing. He's actually a ginger.
Yeah, I see it.
Fudge.
I see
Yeah.
it.
Fudge. Sorry.
Yeah.
Almost.
But guess
I was
what?
close.
I don't burn easy and I don't have freckles.
I have all the freckles.
So it's
Yeah.
like kind
So
of
that's
like me.
that's because you still have a soul, and I've stolen all of mine. That's why you don't get freckles.
Not innocent.
Wait, you stole
That
all your
means
Yeah, that's
you
how I
married me.
So that's how I get. That's how gingers get souls.
What?
Yeah, that freckles are all just the remnants of the souls we steal.
That's a
Because we
lot.
don't have a. Yeah, I know.
So instead of getting a soul, you get a freckle?
Wait, yeah. Well, so when you're born, when most normal people are born,
I
they
came
get
out
a
of an
soul.
egg.
Okay, I get that. But they get a soul.
Yeah.
I didn't get one of those, so I have to steal mine. And every freckle I have is a soul I've stolen. That's why I have so many.
I swallow your soul. I swallow your soul.
She doesn't have very
Freckles are
many.
just stolen souls.
Yeah.
Where in the world is my? I'm writing this episode title.
I just-
I don't think I'm gonna find anything better.
Swallow your soul.
Freckles are just stolen souls.
Man, I got paint on my favorite shirt. Sorry, I got distracted.
Something on your shirt.
Paint.
No, but
you
it-
got
it's
paint.
Paint.
Right.
My favorite shirt.
So, welcome once again to episode 161
Do you
of
need
the
me to write
Crack
down?
Brain Shut up as I try to do the intro!
I'm sorry, I was thinking. Please, continue.
Here's the bad part is, okay, so thank you for joining this episode. We're not live over on YouTube. That's because my internet provider is deciding to crap the bed right now.
No.
So that's a whole separate thing. So we are doing this recorded, so that means that you're going to be waiting until Wednesday for this to drop. But thank you guys for going and checking out this episode. With me today, as you can see, not the usual Cracked Brain team.
We're the unusual Crack Brain team.
You're not wrong. Well, it's like
We're the
Unusual.
unusual team.
Yeah, we're the unusual team.
you're the unusual team.
Oh,
You're my
fits us
unusual team.
perfectly.
Yes.
I would like for it to go on record that I didn't know we had started until halfway through your intro, and I was like, oh, I should probably shut up.
Amazing.
And that came very heavy from,
Oh.
shut up! Should stop clapping, too. I don't know what that does to mics.
Well, I mean, knowing that we have headset mics, this doesn't do much.
I didn't know that. I'm
So
glad to know that now.
This would do a lot.
Well, then that's how he claps, though.
I
He
know.
does it right in front of the mic.
So, yes, we've got our fabulous, wondrous, scary sister, Madam Moody.
Hello, darlings.
Yes.
Hello. Hello. Welcome to Steam Rippers and Trembles.
No, wrong show.
Oh, crap!
Wrong show.
Odds are it'll show up on
It'll
your
show up on mine
Well, I
anyways.
don't. That means I don't have to say what's brown and sticky.
No.
A stick?
I like him.
See? Little brother. Little brother.
Yes.
Find me on Facebook, Madam Moody Costumes Designs. Hire me, biatches. I need money. And then also Instagram, Madam Moody cosplay. That one's just for fun though. It's for funsies. I mean, you can message me there, but most likely I don't know if I'll see it. And it'll be like 2 months later. Oh, I could have made like $2,000. Oops.
Maybe you should check your messages
I know.
all the time.
It's
I
not,
try.
There's no point.
Instagram,
tried.
I'm
No
horrible at it. I barely do anything on Facebook. It's hard.
I feel the
Social media is hard.
I seriously feel the need because this was something that we had dropped over in a private group that we're both a part of, but it's like we just need to go and basically be assistants for like a few of us.
Yeah.
And I'll just give people a call of just like, hey, you've got a message, like I'm not gonna text you, I'm not gonna email you, I'll just call you.
You're like, yo.
Oh
Got
my
message
gosh, we have $1 million idea.
See?
Yeah?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
trust me. Uber assistance.
That's genius.
And with that,
Oh, do I get to introduce
Yeah.
myself? I'm Hunky Boyfriend Cosplay.
so wait, now that we're married, you're not Hunky Husband?
No. Why does everyone say that? I'm still a boy and I'm still a friend. So I'm still hunky. So I'm still Hunky
Okay.
Okay,
Boyfriend.
but that means
Alright.
you now have to hyphenate the boyfriend.
No.
Hunky boy friend.
Friend.
No, I like it the way I have it.
Okay, shutting up now.
Wait, is it hunky
I mean, we're
boyfriend,
open,
or is
whatever.
it hunky boy friend, or is it hunky boy friend?
However you want to do it, I don't care. I have no preference.
He does not care how this pizza gets sliced as
No.
long as you enjoy
He
yourself.
is very fluid.
I'm gonna assume
Yeah.
the third one.
Okay,
Yeah.
that works for me.
Lost
I'm only
spaces.
on Instagram. Other than that, you guys talk about how you're bad at social media. I just don't do social media. I just don't do it. Like,
at all.
no, I'll look at Facebook every once in a while and and read the story and look at the pictures and
Maybe
watch the
comments
videos.
on things.
And I've just started making comments. I used to not make comments. So it's just, I don't do social media. I'm really bad at it.
Dude, I got a like from you on Instagram about a week and a half ago, and I nearly lost my mind.
I like
was
what you posted.
Tiff, look! And she's like, I don't know who that is. I'm like,
Exactly.
He doesn't like anybody.
He
doesn't
do
do
this.
anything. No, I
doesn't
don't.
do this.
I don't do it at all. At all. Like I'll very rarely do anything on Facebook. I'll read it a lot and do that, but I don't.
He's more cyber stalker than cyber social.
it's less about being a
No,
he's
it's not
he's
stalker. I'm a learner.
Lurker.
He's a lurker.
No, I'm a learner.
Lurker.
Not a lurker. I don't lurk at people. I learn things.
I say lurker just because you stand back, you don't need to be involved, but you love spectating. all
Yeah.
right? You're just.
I like
Yeah.
stories, so I like putting together people's stories and understanding stories. I don't necessarily want to be involved in their
Yeah.
story
And if you
because
want,
it's not about me.
exactly, if you want people to know that you're there, you will go and talk to them personally.
It's not
Like a
about-
learnker. You're a learner.
Lurker.
Learnker.
Let's just go lurker. Lurker doesn't. That just sounds.
Give it up.
worse.
Give it up.
Go. And then our lovable cuddly vampire, the one that is thinking up all kinds of weird. Stop touching the microphone.
Told you I need a sock. Dang it.
Quit touching it. Why?
He needs a sock.
He needs a sock.
Quit
I
touching
keep
it. He needs a
messing
sock.
with my fingers.
Because he doesn't know what to do with his hands.
I don't. They're so lonely and cold.
What do I do with my hands?
His hands are lonely and cold, and he wants a sock in my office. No.
PG.
To what you all might be thinking, no. Who are you?
Mason.
Who are you?
I often go by Garrick.
Derek?
Garrick.
Garrick.
G-I-C-K.
Garrick.
Yeah.
Sometimes Garrick is some people how learn it.
Like his
Howland.
literal first name.
It is.
So.
Oh.
Wait, your first name's not Mason.
Nope.
It's Garrick.
Correct.
But you go by Mason,
That is also right.
but no one knows that your real first name's Garrick.
A lot of people know. Everyone just forgets.
Okay.
Okay, on the team, we always say that Garrick is his drunk alter ego.
Which I've
That's
never drank.
That's
if that
never,
means-
that's never been out because he's never drank.
No, it has been out.
Just without the booze.
Just without the booze.
Okay.
the Salt Lake air purifies Garrick, so it takes him a while to come back.
Wouldn't
But
it
it's a
corrupt
salt.
Garrett?
No.
No, there's a difference.
Because he gets out of Utah and Garrick shows up.
Oh, okay, so it's in
Oh,
Utah.
Vegas.
Yeah, Vegas was magical. Texas was magical. It's like anytime we get Mason out of Utah, all of a sudden Mason starts saying things, and we're like, Mason.
No, Garrett.
What happens out of Utah stays out of Utah.
Unless you record it and show it to the world.
That's
Yeah,
the problem.
but-
Is we never recorded it.
Oh,
We never
okay.
ever recorded
Except
it.
that one time Carly caught me by accident with when she was doing the thing on Instagram. It was about the nursery home.
Oh yeah, the dog on nursery homes and pushing elderly people down a hill.
Oh my god.
She was pushing out, or he said that.
No, he said this.
She was. I don't know why she was recording.
This is why you need to get with us.
All right, sounds good.
Yeah.
I'll go anywhere.
There you go. So it's like I said, it's been a minute since we've been back
a hot sec.
doing the podcast. That's largely like my fault and so many other things. So I'm sorry for all of October. Yeah, it like I said, they're just straight craziness. So we're back, and then this will be the start of like very soon the podcasts are going to split again. So I'll have more information on that in a few weeks. But until then, don't worry about that. Instead, I'm going to look over here at these people. And it's been a long while since I've gotten to talk to either of you two because of wedding planning hell.
Oh crap,
Okay.
we got married?
We did? When? Hey, look, we both wear rings now.
Oh
I mean, if
crap.
we're talking about that club.
I
you know.
mean- Oh, but you both
Sorry.
have silicone rings.
Yeah.
You have
What
to.
up?
Yeah,
They're the best.
I know.
yeah,
Mine's
silicone
at
rings
home.
are legitimately fantastic.
Why are they the best?
Because
Can I touch it?
yeah.
Oh, okay.
That
Because when
sounds
you
so
like, I
cute.
work out a lot, and so if you lift heavy things or machinery or any of that, it gets caught and it sucks.
Or like
but,
for me, if I'm wearing special fabrics or working with special fabrics, this will get caught and ruin it. So I
Yeah.
can put the
That's fair.
silicone one on. And it'll be
The
fine.
other problem I have a lot is I like to play with things, rings, and I'll take it off.
Things.
And this one I don't take off as much because I don't forget it's there.
Yeah.
But if I have a metal one, I know it's there because I can feel it
You can feel it.
constantly,
Yeah.
and I'll take it off and play. Especially when I'm drunk, I've lost a lot of those.
Well, see that, and I honestly
Ugh.
think like for you, for like Target, it's like anytime you're over at the range and whatnot, if it ever clicks on any sort of
No, it's not a big deal because when you're shooting, it just rests.
yeah.
Most of the time when I'm shooting, the way we set up, this hand is I don't do much
This
with
hand
it.
is my hand.
See,
this
and that's
hand is
something I
your
actually
I don't know what
personally
that
have to go
is.
and talk to you about
No.
because I can like I'm right hand dominant, but when I shoot, I have to shoot with my left hand.
That's fine.
Yeah, it's I don't know what it is.
It's
like,
your
I
it's your
cannot-
it's your target eye.
my
So,
target eye is still my right eye.
It's I was told once what it was, but there's actually a lot of people that shoot better left-handed than right-handed, even though they're right-handed. Normally,
Right.
they shoot better because they're more stable.
Yeah. So like I said, we'll talk more about this off the microphone.
I just
went
like
shooting once.
glazed over.
I've never
That
been good at
was-
shooting.
Yeah.
Ever. I can do a
I can teach
revolver.
you.
That's about it.
I can teach you.
I wanna
Damn, I'm
see
good.
him with just like
It's
a-
loud and scary. I'm good.
It's called earplugs.
I wear earplugs.
Well, you got to double up.
That's
So you put
probably-
the foam in,
Imagine
and
like
then
a
you do
big
the.
pullback. And him go, yeah!
Wait, what?
Nothing.
We're thinking of a whole scenario
Oh.
over here.
Oh.
Just the biggest smile on his
It's
face.
a whole thing.
I like this gun. Can I touch it?
Only if he's there. Specifically,
yeah,
only if he's
specifically
there.
he's there. Yeah.
I don't have to be there.
Yeah, you do.
Okay.
So I'll start quick. First, Moody. How have things been for you recently? Enough said.
You're asking her, not me, right? Because
Yeah,
I can
me.
tell you how she's been. And she
That's
won't
why I
like
said
it.
That's a
Moody.
mental illness
Oh.
episode.
Okay.
You can't explain things from the outside. That's a mental illness episode. We can't do
I'm
that.
not talking about that.
That is actually literally what happened.
What?
No, never mind. It was a mental illness episode when I got married. It was just an episode. Whatever. I didn't mean it.
An actual
Just
mental
kidding.
episode.
It was an actual mental.
Oh, so
episode.
I'm not real? So it's actually
You are
a
the
fantasy?
best, most physically realistic figment of my imagination I've ever seen. Congratulations to you, good sir.
Oh, wow. I'm a
That's-
figment of every... That explains so
much.
That I'm not real. That explains... I could get away with so much more.
That's
Whoa.
why you
But
keep
if we're
looking at
all
yourself.
sharing you right now, and they are too,
It's a group hallucination.
That's-
It's a great one.
That's a rabbit hole we shouldn't go down because I don't want you to get in trouble with that. I feel like that's gonna turn out work stuff. Anyways, okay. Obviously, business going great, and not at the same time. It's up and down. Right? As businesses go, it's been a crazy, amazing journey ever. FanX was insane. We did Giselle and Edward. And we'll talk about Edward in a second because that's his pride and joy right now. Giselle is a pain as usual, but I made her bigger and fluffier and more sequins and more beads, and I don't ever want to do it ever
said this last time.
Until
Yeah.
another competition comes up and she goes, honey,
No, I
this
don't.
competition's coming up, so you think I should do it again?
No.
Do whatever you
until
want.
the next movie comes out.
Ugh, or some, yeah.
The next movie, yes.
Who are we talking
Yes.
about? I don't know those
Or
characters.
costume.
It's from
Enchanted.
Enchanted. Disney's Enchanted. It's like from 2007. So
It's,
maybe
I
you're too young.
I think I might have seen that.
It's
but
the
it
one
was
where
a
they
while ago.
starts out as a cartoon and then becomes live action.
Oh, okay, yes.
It was
I
the
did.
first
same
live
actor
action.
that did was Cyclops in the originals, the first
Yeah, yeah.
X-Men.
first
like,
X-Men's.
Yeah, okay. I saw
2000s,
the
early
first
2000s.
movie we started talking about
Okay.
a while ago, though. I don't remember.
Anyways,
It's all good.
and then, oh yeah, went to New York Comic Con. That was an interesting, fun time. I went when I was sick. It was okay. So, without trying to go too crazy on FanX because we love them to death, and there was a lot of things that happened and things behind the scenes that we don't know about. So I'm not gonna what?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. That's a whole other conversation. But regardless, the competition was an interesting, ginormous bag of mess. And, well, I got kind of mad, and I was all like, I will show them. I will enter in New York Comic Con, because last year when I did Giselle, I didn't get in. So I'm just going to do this to make myself feel better. And then I got in, and I was not happy because I got in, and it was like right before the wedding, and I was like, where is this money going to come from? I don't understand. How is this working? Oh my God, like this is actually happening, honey. What am I going to do?
Then can I tell about the airport night?
Yeah, you're better at storytelling.
Oh, so
You tell
her whole drama
Mhm.
of how we're gonna pay for it. We figured out how to pay for it. Still right before the wedding. I have my daughter. It's my weekend for my kid. We drive up to drop her off at the airport.
Wait, at what time?
It's at like 10 o'clock at night.
So the flight was 11:45.
Yeah, it was like 10 o'clock at night.
And you left at 10.
Well, we went to drop her off.
We left at 9:30.
Yeah, it was like
Okay,
9:30.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
it
we
was
left
like
plenty of
9:30.
time.
Okay.
So we left at 9:30. We drop her off. Driving out of the parking lot, or driving out of the drop off because we didn't park or anything. We just dropped her off, and because I had my kid, so I didn't
Yeah.
want to deal
Take
with
too
it.
long.
And so we dropped her off. Driving out, I get a phone call. I'm like, honey, you'll get through already? Baggage or security already? No, I booked it for the wrong day. She booked it for Saturday night.
So
Nah.
so I was supposed to leave Friday night. Competition was Saturday, and then come home Sunday. So I booked the flight on accident Saturday night, and then come home early Sunday morning.
Yeah, so I'm like, well, I
Yeah.
have no idea what we're going to do. So I turn around, drive back, pick her up, she's in tears,
Yeah.
just beside herself, I've
never gotten emotional in front of his daughter before, like not even a little, and I was like ugly crying temper tantrum, like acting like her irrational moments in front of this poor child, and she
And
just looked.
luckily, so we're driving, and I'm like, we can't afford it. We're trying to save up for the honeymoon. We're trying to save up for the wedding. We just can't do it. So she calls her amazing, wonderful, I can't say enough good things about this woman, her mother. And her mother goes, and she starts by saying, Mom, I messed up. And her mom, first thing she says is, how'd you lose Josh? What'd you do?
That was the first
It
song.
wasn't anything else. It was, how'd you lose Josh? What'd you do? And she was like, oh, no. Josh and I are good. We're fine. Why didn't you start with that?
I went through the whole story, and then she's like, oh, no problem. I'll get my Delta credit card.
No
whatever.
worry about it. I'll pay for the whole thing.
Yeah.
No big deal. So she paid for her to go to New York.
She travels a
and help-
lot,
yeah,
so she's
she had
got
a lot
like
of
Delta
points
credit cards and all of that
Okay.
stuff. So she was like, I don't want to talk to her about it because she's helping us with the wedding. But I'm like, I'd stayed up countless hours. Like the amount of time and energy we put into this quick vacation, whatever
Yeah.
it was. I was like, I can't.
Business trip.
Business trip. It wasn't even a vacation.
No.
It was nothing. So I was just like, I gotta do something. So called her up, and she's like, what did you do? Like, it was so funny. And then, so we got that figured out finally and got me out. Meanwhile, Josh had gotten sick the week before and got me sick. So I started getting sick like that Thursday.
Is this going to be another I was sick episode?
No.
Okay.
I will try not to.
Please
The fact
don't.
that there's a category scares me.
Oh, we got lots of categories now.
Oh.
There's Disney level.
Disney level.
There's
We should explain that one eventually.
Oh, we will eventually.
Oh my gosh. So I got sick. So it wasn't even just the fact that I had been holding in 3 months of competition nerves, wedding nerves, trying to get business going. I had, like, FanX was not a convention for me. That was a
Yeah.
business thing. Like, it was panel after panel, and then there was the booth, and then we were trying to do the competition. Like, everything was insane. And then I'm like, and I still have to hold my crap together because we have the wedding. And then all of a sudden I have New York. So, like, that night, everything just came out. It was all of that stress. And so when I just...
Emotionally.
Blah. Oh, it was
Emotionally
so
came
bad.
out.
What?
Well, the way
No,
you
I
said
came
it.
out years ago.
No, emotionally came out.
Oh,
It sounded
emotionally.
like you got sick everywhere.
I did get sick of it. I just about snot everywhere. It was horrible.
Exorcist gauze everywhere.
Yeah.
Gah.
Yeah, everywhere. And so I like got on my flight
Like
and
poltergeist
stupid red
level.
eye. I didn't
Not quite.
sleep. What?
Oh, okay. I was gonna say
You
like
said
poltergeist level.
and I said not quite.
That's mid level.
Yeah, you weren't quite poltergeist level.
I was definitely exorcist level.
No, you were not. There was not green puke flying
Oh, that's right.
against the walls.
That's you.
That's me.
That's you with gluten.
Yep.
That's don't ever see that. I'll
try my
where
best.
was I? Got
Sorry.
sick, got to New
No, you're
York, saw a guy pee on a car on the way to Comic-Con.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, like I was like puke. Oh, guy peeing on the car, puke. And then just like finally got myself there, did the competition. Best, most amazing thing. It didn't feel like a competition. You guys need to get out of state. Out of state competitions are amazing.
Yeah.
Just saying. Like, I really tried not to badmouth FanX, but oh my god, it was amazing. Like, I didn't win anything. I wasn't even close, but I made the best of friends. And, like,
And you got a certificate.
oh, that's true. They give you, like, official certificates saying that you actually made it into the competition because it's the prelims for the nationals.
Yeah.
So I didn't realize it was that big of a deal until I got the certificate. I'm like, oh, it's going on my wall.
Yeah.
I can go home, right? Like, I just want credit.
That and I mean that's resume material. Right
Yeah.
there,
Yep.
So
Yeah, yeah, and there's a whole like door that opened with all of that. Oh man, let's see. That night I had to put Giselle away in the suitcase, and the poor people had to help me find my credit card. So I'm like there at 11:30 with the rest of the staff that were supposed to be kicked out an hour before, and I'm like, I'm sick. I can't do anything. Hold me. So they had to help me out, and then I flew home on the red eye. I didn't sleep for like almost 48 hours. Sick. And that was New York. How was it for you when I was in New York? What was it like for you? Crickets.
It was fine.
So I stayed home. I cleaned.
I played with my kid.
So I had this awful experience being sick,
Yeah,
and you
just
just
played
got
with
to
my kid.
sleep.
Yeah,
You know,
you got to be
whatever.
dad.
Yeah, I was just a dad.
And then wedding. So after New York, there was wedding. Do you want to explain wedding?
No, you're much better at it.
No, I'm not.
That's true.
We both have figured
If
this
it's true,
out.
then why did you start off with?
Because he understands that you're
'Cause
supposed to offer it to
You
the
offer
woman
it to the
first.
woman first.
Oh, I
Get
gotcha.
her to,
To
Turn
say,
it
no,
down.
this
I'm
is
not.
what I, because if you start in, oh yeah, I'm better, it undermines her emotions, and you've got to first go, hey, here's the opportunity. Then she goes, no, I want to do it. Then you can take it over.
I gotcha.
Hashtag marriage advice.
Don't throw her under the bus. The
No, if
marital,
you no,
fictional
never,
bus.
never,
Never.
I
never.
didn't think of it as doing
You
that
always,
until.
you always raise up your wife. Always.
All right.
No
Keep it in
matter
your
the
back
scenario,
pocket,
Hold on.
you
but-
always
I got a
raise her
pocket
up
memo.
and make sure that she is happy
has a
and
notebook.
satisfied
And supported.
and supported
right.
before you
Hold on.
and you don't do it to
is this
just get the
notebook?
point. You do it so that
Hold on.
they
Yeah.
actually feel loved and concerned.
That's what I mean. He's not kidding.
Always
These are life notes.
raise.
He will.
What was it? Raise up your wife.
Raise up your wife.
All right.
Frequently.
That looks like
Always.
a D. Raise
This
up.
is the cutest damn
Your
thing I have ever seen in my
wife.
entire life.
I'm gonna underline that just for there's 3 underlines. I'm
When
getting
you get
different-
married,
Yeah.
They need to.
I'm glad you said when. Most people say if. So.
I just
Why
see
would
them
you say
walking into
if?
the sunset.
'Cause
He's like the older
I got baby face.
brother.
I got
Oh.
super baby
you'll
face.
find somebody that likes baby face.
That. You'll find someone who likes baby. Oh.
Yeah.
I hate myself.
Why?
No.
Mason sprung it on us like months ago that he was dating, and all of us on the team freaked out.
Are you still dating? Do you have a girlfriend?
Not yet.
No.
Not yet. I like that. I
See?
like that.
Here's dating, but it's a whole thing, Mason.
Dating's exhausting. I just want to sleep.
I agree. Dating
And
is
that's the
exhausting.
rest
That's
of
why
dating.
I'm married
It's
again
the fact
for the
that
third
You
time.
know that.
Yeah.
You know that, and you're fine with that. You're like, I'll get around.
You're
to it."
literally.
Well, so
you're-
far it's like.
You're the smartest man that you.
Don't worry.
that
Work
you've
on
ever
yourself.
I-
Work on yourself. Get yourself together, accepting with who you are. Then worry about getting married.
Okay, Dad.
Don't do it the other way around.
It's
I
mostly
did.
like,
Ugh.
I'm tired. You want to do something? You want to play Mario? Yeah, sure, I'll play some Mario. You want a smoothie? Because I know you'll get sick if I get you anything else. Yeah, okay, I'll take a smoothie. You want a smoothie? No, I'll just get
Why
one
are
for
you
you.
not
What did
married?
you, okay, look.
What is
That's how
happening?
you do it.
You came in and my wife and I were playing Borderlands. All right, we have
was pretty
not
good.
stopped being just like, yeah, we're really, really good friends. We just also happen to like have kids together, be married to each other occasionally. you know.
Occasionally.
Yeah.
Oh, you're talking about that. That
Yeah,
went over
we
my
do
head.
married things together, all right, but we're still the same idiots that have been friends and whatnot.
That's
like,
the way it should be. If it's
Yeah.
not that way, you're probably doing it wrong.
Yeah, like, okay, legitimately, I know that my wife is over inside the next room, so she can probably hear it, but she's not going to listen to this podcast and whatnot. She still outmatches me in farts all the time, and I swear she does it because
I've been holding it in for a long time, honey. Long time.
Sometimes I'll just be sitting there, and it'll just be like, "Roar," and I'm like, excuse you. She's like, I do not feel bad about
She
Power move.
She
No,
freaking
it really is. No, it really
She's
is.
showing you what's up.
she talked about my farts in her wedding vows.
In my
to
wedding
me.
vows. In my actual wedding vows.
that. You?
Oh, it was there.
How could
How could she not?
It was-
The fact that I've been sitting here as long as I have and haven't passed gas is a miracle.
Because there's no open windows.
Love me.
It's because I've been holding it in. It's starting to get rough. If I walk
Like,
down
as
the middle
soon
of the
as
podcast,
we walk out,
you
it's
know
going
what
to
I'm
be
doing.
like crop dusting the
Oh,
entire
yeah.
way back
Oh,
to
yeah.
the truck.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
fine. The dogs were probably growling before, and now you're just gonna get out of there, let one rip, and just.
Yeah, it's
You
about
should
right.
just start inflating
That's
like
not a
Looney
lie.
Tunes, super cartoon style. It's just
Well, no, I'm not actually fat. I'm just gassy. That's what I tell myself every day in the mirror. You're not fat. You're just gassy. That's all just air in
I
there.
can't put that on
I'm not
iTunes.
fat. I'm not fat. I'm just gassy. The Joshua story
As a
rise to
title.
fame. That's your autobiography right there.
Yeah.
That's always his thing. All right, Mason always is like, that's your book title. That is your book title. I swear to God, you know Mason likes you if he tells you what your book title is.
Well, then he's told me
I-
like 4 different ones already.
You guys
so.
need to
I
have
am
a
also
big
talented
brother
at
date.
picking out band names. He disagrees.
You're not!
Wait, what?
You're really
I'm
not! But it's
fantastic.
Wait, what's his? He thinks he's good at picking out band names.
No, I am.
We'll sit there and we'll start throwing around one-liners and be like, oh yeah, smack that on Tuesday. And he's like, that's a perfect band name. It's like, it's not. It really is.
It really isn't.
Smack that on Tuesday. Not a good band name.
It's
No.
not. But he'll just sit there and go in our chat and just be like, we'll all be talking about serious subjects, and all of a sudden Mason comes in with, I think that'd be a great band name. Won't specify what kind of band. Won't be like, oh yeah, post-apocalyptic punk or anything like that.
Yeah,
He'll
that's
just be
true.
like,
If he
band.
said what type of band, because like slap that on Tuesday, like what's
Irish?
No,
Irish punk?
no, the
I don't
swinger.
know music genres is the problem.
not
Swing.
swing.
Swing. Not
Okay, say like
swingers.
Cherry Poppin' Daddies.
Yeah.
Or, yeah.
Yeah, slap it on Tuesday would work for like
Slap that on
actually would.
Tuesday.
That actually would.
it would work for like one of those type
that,
of
or
bands.
that, or even rockabilly, it would still work.
Rockabilly.
And whatnot.
I-
because
Yeah.
they do a lot of the slapping
Yeah.
of their instruments, so it would work.
I don't know
would
what
work.
music genres are though. You just spoke like Chinese to me. I don't know what rockabilly is.
Oh.
I can keep you
I don't know
innocent
what
and teach
punk
you
is.
things.
Punk is a type of music.
Yeah, so punk is actually started from England, and
Just gonna
punk
sit
music.
back and
It started in England. It
Uh-huh.
was
my beer.
based on anarchy and based on being able to
Look that
push
way.
what?
Stop
I'm
looking
right there.
at yourself.
But I'm right there.
We've already had a wedding. You have enough of narcissism.
I'm right-
At least your head that way.
Okay.
So for everyone that doesn't know, okay, yes, the camera's over there, but I've got our feed up over here.
So I'm right there.
Constantly looking. This is where he keeps on looking. He keeps
myself.
on looking at himself. All right.
No, I'm not looking at anybody else
The
in the
man-
group. I am looking at myself, and that's it.
The man
Nice.
is so
That's nice.
uncontrollably narcissistic that he can't
No,
look at you.
no,
all.
I am not a
He's gotta look
narcissist.
at himself.
No,
I'm not
no.
a narcissist.
Yes, I have
No,
a story to prove
It is not.
that.
It's not narcissism. It's like a monkey. If you take a monkey and you put a monkey in front of a mirror, they're fascinated that that monkey is doing the exact same thing they're doing, and that's all it is.
Because at
Except-
their core, they're still narcissistic. Their world only revolves around them.
Except I
what
catch you
narcissism
doing
means?
this.
and that's why I've been married twice or 3 times.
This is what I kept him doing.
Oh, when we went
In
to
the
dinner.
mirror.
When we went to dinner. That's
When
right.
we
Tell
went
the
to dinner,
story.
there
That
was a
great.
mirror behind me, and I thought he was like trying to be all cute with me. Oh no! He was being cute to himself.
You were sitting there and just like, gads to yourself.
The whole time.
Himself.
I'm so mad that I missed
So-
it. I'm so mad that I missed
I
it.
was so bad when I was I'm just as bad as when I was a kid. So I was so bad that somebody would sit in my parents' house. They had a chair, and right behind the chair was this big mirror. Somebody would sit down and start talking to me, and I would just talk to myself. So much so the person would stand up, move to another seat, and I wouldn't even notice.
See, I have a feeling what they could do is the person, we'd be sitting there having a conversation, you'd be looking forward, I'd get up, sit right in front of you and be like, why'd you do that?
Hey, you're in the way.
You're in
You're
the
in the way. Oh no! I even had it one time. Somebody stood up in front of the mirror, and I'm like, "What? What are? Josh, you were talking to yourself. Oh, my bad.
This is why.
That's where you just need to own it and be like, I wasn't talking to myself. I was talking to you. I'm just prettier.
This is why I made sure at the castle there was no mirrors downstairs during our ceremony, because no, I'm okay that you were Edward, but while
I wasn't allowed to bring. I made a big hand mirror, and I wasn't allowed to bring it because
in the middle of me like telling him how much I love him,
I would have pulled out the mirror. I love you too.
You would have
Yes,
said
I would have.
right at the end of the vows, I do.
I do.
That is exactly why
I totally
did.
would have.
So,
I totally would
Miss
have.
Moody, as your wedding planner, what was the theme you were thinking of? Not reflection.
You know what?
One mirror. I want it to be dark and no one can see anything.
They have light. They just can't have nothing. No reflective surfaces. None.
Wood
What about the
everywhere.
lack of light? That's what I'd like my theme.
Oh.
No light.
You don't want to
Just
see
in
your
a
husband?
dark
No.
room.
No, I want to see my husband. I just don't want him to see himself.
What's the cutesy? The infinity mirrors? No.
No. Those are not allowed.
No.
Why? Because he'll just marry himself.
1,000 times. Infinity times.
He'll marry himself again.
There's a reason there are no mirrors in my bedroom, anywhere. There are very few mirrors in my house because I wouldn't move.
I'm telling you right now. See, now I really want to find either a game, a movie, or something that you were going to be so enamored with, just so that way, out of nowhere, I could just go and slide out a mirror and be like, Josh.
Oh, I would lose. Oh, if we were playing a game and I was like winning or something, and you pulled a mirror out in front of me, I would just.
He would just set his controller down.
Josh, you're running in the wall. I don't care.
So, do you ever pull that move where you're like watching a video on your phone and you slightly see your own reflection and your video's been over for like 20 minutes and you're still like slightly?
Yes, all the time. She's walked in on me, and I'm looking at
I have
myself
walked in on him.
in the reflection. Nothing's on my screen. I'm not watching anything. And she's like, "Why are you looking at?" I can see myself. And she's
So-
like, "Oh my god."
There's been a few times where he's just like laughing hysterically, pointing at his phone. And it's like because he's got like a booger coming out of it. Yeah. He's laughing hysterically at his phone and it has nothing to do with what's on
Oh
it.
no!
It's like
What are you watching that's so funny? Nothing. I'm just
got a
thinking to
booger.
myself.
It's so fun. Look, I
can't
can
get it out.
smell
It's
his hair.
funny.
It's not even like the camera with the flipped thing.
No,
No,
it's
I'm not
just a
allowed. I'm not
reflection.
allowed to have one of those.
I disabled that.
You'll see
Oh,
like
yeah.
a stray eyebrow and be like, it's like the Alamo. And you just become so enamored
Oh
with it.
yeah, all the time. Happens to me all the time.
I can see Moody just sitting there like, Josh, are you okay? I'm like, Alamo!
I don't know what that reference was. I'm
It's
sorry.
okay.
It's okay.
Don't worry about
Look it
it. Why?
Oh.
Speaking of eyebrows, you need it waxed.
I know. I
John-
looked at
Let me
that
get
the
that-
other
let
day.
me get
Josh-
you
Okay,
smooch.
no, okay, I'm okay. Do you take care of your eyebrows?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so
if he
like-
doesn't, it freaks me out.
Yeah, they
Okay.
get really bad really quickly.
Okay, so since the last time we did an episode and whatnot, I quit my job.
Nah.
And
Yay.
That's a
Yay.
That's a thing.
It's
That's
a
a
whole
thing.
thing. It's I now know your fright level as far as like I don't have a regular income.
It's
like
weird.
you do, but you don't.
Yeah.
You know, so there's all that. So I've now started acting full time and all that. It's great, and I've now done one commercial, one training video, 2 Hallmark movies, and then
Hallmark
on-
movies?
Yeah, yeah.
A lot of Hallmark movies in
Yeah.
Utah.
Oh,
so
for
like I
Christmas?
can't say which ones they are yet. Well, not while we're
voice
recording,
acting?
but after. No.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So
What,
like.
could you describe what the genre is?
No.
Is it like a 10-minute
No.
movie?
No,
or is
no,
it
it's
like
a feature.
Full.
It's a feature.
Is it
He
Christmas?
can't talk about anything
So,
on screen about
no.
it.
So here's what I can say: is
so excited.
I'm an extra.
Oh,
Whatnot. So I'm not like
Okay.
I'm not a featured role, but there are going to be multiple scenes that you will very easily be able to pick me out.
I got
And whatnot. There's one specifically where like the lead actress, I can go and say it. So it's Tatiana Ali. You have this
Don't know
reference
what
to be
that is,
completely
sorry.
lost on you.
It is.
Ashley from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air and whatnot. Yeah, her.
What?
Okay, yeah. So met her.
Ashley was the
She
younger
was the
sister.
youngest sister.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
She's a looker now.
yeah, so she's sitting there and like we're getting some scenes, getting ready to go and all that kind of stuff, and I'm just sort of standing, over inside the background, and it was like, okay, cool, I'm in the background, can barely be seen and whatnot, and then all of a sudden, the director, who's another actress that I'll tell you all about her a little bit later on, she like brings me into the foreground, so I'm like standing right behind her, and at one point, like I'm supposed to have. There's a kid, and they're like, he's your son, and I'm like. Too old. Too old to be my son. How about he's my little brother? And they're all like, okay, that's fine. And like, it was hard trying to get him to like stop messing around and like stop looking at the camera. He'd be like, hey.
Oh my
like, no,
God.
don't do that.
Camera's not there.
Don't do that. Like, camera's not there. You look over here and whatnot. Interact with her. So all of a sudden she started interacting with us. And then we got, because like the other thing is you're not supposed to talk to the featured actors
Yeah.
and whatnot. Like they specifically say, like, do not talk to them. You're just an extra. Don't worry about that. And of course, I was good for most of the day, and then all of a sudden, someone let out a fart halfway through a take. Everyone started laughing. I'm like, oh, decorum's out the window, and then just started making everyone laugh from there on in, to the point where the who was he? The
Key grip.
assistant director
Yeah.
actually had to come up to me and it's like, you need to stop making people laugh. Like,
Oh, no.
Legitimately, you have to stop this because we have work to do. We've only got a little bit of light. And I'm just like,
Sorry.
You know, I
Little
should
smack
become
on the hand.
I should become an actor because it'd be easy for me not to look at the camera. You just put a mirror in front of me.
you're not, okay,
Wherever I'm supposed to look, you just put a mirror.
I can actually get you over in on Hallmark movies very easily.
Okay, I'll be the.
Stefan, just
I
You
can
one
be the
shut
fat-
your mouth.
I can
No,
be the
no,
fat
I'm not
uncle.
joking. It is very easy.
Stefan, just one
now
time.
that I know how to do it, it's stupid easy.
I'll do it.
I need money.
Let me lose a little more weight and I'll be good.
They
No,
would
just
like you the way you are.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm trying to.
Yeah,
I'm working on it.
But like I said, it's
Stefan,
like,
just one time, I want the banner to come up, and, the dun, 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 and you're just there like, I hate you all, instead of the lion. One time.
look, that's
no-
our own personal thing.
That's your
It's just
own
like,
thing.
It's just,
cracked brain. I hate you all.
it's just. Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah.
Your feature
That's your
presentation.
Sadly, on the team, it really is.
It really is, though.
What is?
I used to have
I
other
hate you all.
taglines and whatnot, but now when it comes to all team-related stuff, it's I hate you all.
Never
hate
mind.
you all. So yeah,
I
it's
can see it.
It's the whole thing, but like I was saying, like I've started acting and all that kind of stuff. That part's been great. I'm forgetting the original reason why I started telling the acting story.
Because what you're going on in your life.
No, I think there was something else attributed to it, and I can't really remember. But
You were- You quit. You started acting.
Wait, did you
Something
finish
to
yours
do-
and just start mine?
yes.
You're driving.
What
Fair
did that have
enough.
something to do with her fears of life with not having stable income?
No, that was
No.
part of it too.
That was one comment of
Yet
it. I
another
really
reason
can't
why
remember.
I'm drinking.
Yeah, but regardless, I've now started acting. My life is now chaos.
It's
I enjoy it, but at the same time, I'm also now freaked out
So-
with every passing day.
it's
You can say words.
Say words. Use your words, sweetheart. Use your words. Use your words.
You have your own podcast.
Use your words.
Oh.
Oh no, she does this on our podcast too.
all the time.
Oh, I know.
It's like the craziest, most exciting, happiest, scariest, stressed out, non-depressive somehow, fun, horrible journey I have ever been on in my entire life.
Wow, that was a lot of adjectives.
It's very
That
opposite.
was a
They're
lot.
so true.
It's yeah.
Okay.
That's
Like-
a good shirt.
Okay, like unlike you, and
That's a good
whatnot,
shirt.
I drive Uber as
Yeah.
my side income.
Yeah.
I already forgot
well,
the whole thing, but that would be good.
They're talking.
I can't
We're
even
talking
say
over
side.
them.
It's,
Sorry.
it's my primary and whatnot.
Yeah.
But it's still something where, like, with all the acting and stuff like that, it's like, this makes me happy. I just have to do this part so that way my family can still, have food and all that kind of stuff. But it's like going from, I'm spending every single night working my tail off, an injury that still hasn't healed, but work said it was fine, and all that, to now like, oh, well, I'm doing what I really want to be able to do, kinda, sorta, and it's making me happy, but I don't know if I'm gonna get this job or the next one or all. It's
Yeah. And it's always, it's very unpredictable, and you don't know if that moment's gonna happen, if ever, and you want it to happen, but you really don't know.
Yeah.
And you just have to keep going. So like the last few months, it's been like a ton of inquiries, and even half of them actually made appointments to do measurements and to do deposits and all of this. Like most of them had serious signs of, I'm going to do this project and I'm going to pay you for it, and then they just completely disappear. Completely. And it's been so weird because it's like, this is like normal. Between August and January is usually my busiest, whether it's a lot of alterations or commission work or whatever. But it's been so weird, and that uncertainty freaks me the crap out. I don't know what to do with myself.
Yeah.
Well, and that was like, uncertainty sucks. Like I just interviewed for a job, and it took them 3 weeks to get back to us.
And usually it's maximum a week.
Yeah, or maximum. Like it usually takes. I usually get a call the next day, but like it was like 3 weeks, and it was awful. And then coming to find out, the reason it was so much, and they kept going back and forth, was because it was between me and another guy, and I was number 3 on the list.
Which,
so
there was two
positions, and I was number 3.
So.
And that's why, they kept going back and forth between me and him.
So, which means good things for like the next position, but it's still like that uncertainty. But at least you have like stability in some form where you're married, there's stability.
It's like, better be.
No, there's the. We'll talk about it next month.
Nope, we can't talk about that. We might on our podcast, but not on this one. I don't want you to get in trouble.
I mean, it's something where, I mean, I look at the current market and whatnot, and there's so many people that are now just, especially more people our age, that are just now getting the, like, I'm tired of doing stupid work that I do not enjoy. I'm going to do something that now makes me happy.
Yeah.
And going from like, oh yeah, I'm just going to support other people as they try to do that, to now being in that, now I'm 20 times more supportive of people, to the
it's
point
crazy,
of like,
right?
So
like my Patreon list went from like 3 of my friends to now like 20 people. I'm like, I want to help you with your dream.
I get you.
Keep on going.
Yeah. Yeah. And honestly, like at that point, I can't wait till I get to that point, because I want to be that person where I'm like, I'm barely doing good, but I want to make sure I'm going to help you, and I love you, and I'm here to support you. Let's do this. Like, let's do this.
Yup.
We'll get there, hon.
What?
We'll get there.
I know.
Well, and it's one of those where you can, it's like, if you're savvy enough, you can see the possible trajectory to get yourself there.
Yeah.
But it's still, the road is,
It's so hard.
it's like, it's
so
not
hard.
solid.
Well, and if you don't
No.
figure it out at a young age, that it's all about.
Sorry, that was the best.
It's all about figuring out where you want to be and working on it every day. It's hey, I want this great big dream. Here that. Well, I'll never get there. Well, yeah, you'll never get there if you keep. If you don't work on it every day. Hey, I want to be better today. Okay, let's do that. How am I better today?
And support system. Oh my God.
You've got to have a proper support system.
The amount of negative support that I had. I just posted this somewhere on one of my mental illness groups, is where it was like, I just thought about certain people from my past, and I was like, my ex-best friend was the worst person to have in my life about my costume designing. I had the passion and the drive to do it 10 years ago. How old am I? Hold on, 30. 15 years ago. And I'm only barely getting started in general. And if I had kicked that person out long time ago, I would have been way further in life.
Well, and it's possible, but what also is possible, and it's something that I realized with all this acting stuff, is you had the skills to go and do it earlier. we're like, but that doesn't necessarily. Well, like, okay, I'll put it this way: you had the talent to go and do that earlier, but you might not have had the actual personal and life skills in order to go and do it.
Well, and it's also the acceptance of yourself. Because if you have that, if you let that self-doubt win, you'll never do it. Like, I look at myself, and I always go, oh, I didn't have the support system I have now. And I think about it, and I always did. I always had the support system. I have a mother that is the most amazing, kind, caring, wonderful person. Yeah, a lot of adjectives, I know. Person out there. She's amazing, and she's always been there. However, because of the life choices I was making and the self-doubt I was allowing to win, I thought, I kept trying to cut them out of my life and disown them, and now I go, well, wait, they were always there.
Yeah.
And it's not only having the support system, but recognizing the ones you have.
Exactly.
Yeah. There's a lot involved.
Yeah.
I could talk about that for 3 hours.
Yes,
And longer
okay.
and longer
All
and
right.
longer.
This
So
is
many
gonna bug
different
me
things.
otherwise. Hold on. Just keep. Just
You've
keep.
got the handy dandy notebook.
wait a second. I thought this was just going to be talking about
Random
BS and
stuff?
random stuff.
No.
And you guys are bringing out
Well,
nuggets of life.
Well,
My bad.
I was like, don't do it. Don't do it. They're gonna laugh. Don't do it. All right, go.
Open
Who
it.
cares?
Who cares?
Here's the thing: is as I've told you before, Mason, we're never laughing at you. We're laughing at how many things you're doing right.
Yeah.
That
I
we'll
wish
sit
I had
there and go
done.
like, yeah, it's like
Yeah.
we sit there and go like, you're doing things right. You're inquisitive where you need to be inquisitive. You're focused where you need to be focused and whatnot. Yeah, there are times where you hit naive, but all
It's the
together, you
cutest
are
way.
doing things the absolute right way, and it's one of the reasons why, like, for myself personally, it's less about like, oh, I need to take care of Mason. It's more about like, I want to see Mason get to big things, and hopefully I can be a jumping block or a stepping point for him to be able to go
Make
do
me
that.
blush.
It's not about like protecting you. It's literally about like, there's something here. Hurry up and get it.
Get it. Go.
It's not,
Go,
and
go.
it's about the fact that you're willing to take the notes and you're willing to have that acceptance already. Keep doing it, because
Oh my gosh.
people want so many times to drag you to their level because they're not doing it, that you've got to keep. I got to keep doing this for me, for you, and that's what it's.
I'm
about.
not gonna lie. The term. Oh, what was it? Fraud. Something fraud. Self fraud.
I know.
Therapist
what you're
talks
talking
about it all the
Yeah,
time
no,
to me.
it's-
It's
No,
where
it's-
you
it-
feel like you actually are not talented, and you're like,
It feels
what
like
am
you're
I
a fraud.
doing?
Like you,
with
like when
these
you're doing
people?
things in your life and you're
Like
being
self-fraud.
No, it's
Something
there's a
like that.
there's a term. I'll get it probably
Identity
way later
fraud?
down the.
Nope.
No,
That's
it's not.
an
That's
actual
totally
crime.
different. It's basically what it is you get a position, you start making it in life, and you feel like you're a fraud in what you're doing.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you feel like that, hey, I shouldn't be here because everyone around me knows more than I do, and I'm a fraud because I'm trying to fit in with them.
I'm faking
and
it.
you're faking it
Yeah.
when you're really not. And the
you're
more
with
you
that, yeah.
you accept who you are and accept, hey, you know what, I really do know what I talk about. I mean, that happens to me every day of my life. I think, oh, I really don't know what I'm talking about. I'm making up as I go along. But then I listen to myself and go, wait, I actually do know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Oh.
I have a lot of life
I have
experience.
fraud so
it
much.
might be different from yours, but it's good for me and I can understand it. Now if I can just get better at explaining what I'm trying to say, then people can understand it better.
Yeah.
You're not lying. You're just telling the truth in advance. That's all. I can't take credit for that. As Zig Ziglar said that.
That's so cute.
But you said it and I haven't heard it before, so I'm a
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Hey, I
Some
took
crack.
other people's material.
And we all do.
Oh my gosh.
We all do.
Quit. Like, I feel like.
Who quit?
How long have I
Sorry?
been out
He's
of
going
it?
back. She's going back to the fact he quit his job.
So
Yeah.
I quit like October 9th.
Okay, so
It was right before my trip to California.
Okay. Because I'm like, wait, you still had it when we were at FanX because you, like,
Yeah.
didn't sleep.
Yeah, I still had
So-
it over at FanX, but like legitimately the day before I left for California was my last day. And I gave them 2 weeks and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, it was, we had already made the decision before then. Like I signed on with my agent I think like 3 weeks before I quit. I quit Estes, which I can now say I worked at Estes Express Lanes, or Express Lines. It's a freight company and all that kind of stuff. They had this like really strict social media kind of like ruling and all that kind of stuff. So like
Wow.
we couldn't take pictures at work and things like that. Like we couldn't have our phones on us and all this, all this
Like
kind of stuff.
restriction?
Yeah,
Like you couldn't talk about working there?
barely. They really like you could talk
You need
about
to
it
look into
to
that.
friends and everything like that.
No, I
but
don't.
on a public stance,
No.
like on a podcast, I really was not really allowed to go and say that I worked over at Estes.
But
and
you
all this
can
stuff,
after you've worked there?
because I no longer am under their stuff.
Gotcha.
Basically,
I mean, I get why, though.
It's because all major freight companies
Mm-hmm.
are under the banner of the NSA. So you can't talk about what's going on there, what's
Oh.
possibly being shipped, and things like that. Like, and especially
Not on a podcast. I can explain why.
Yeah, well, it's like
I don't want mansplaining.
What is
Thank you.
NSA?
I understand why National
Security Agency.
National Security Agency.
Oh.
So like there's stuff that goes through, and we've even kind of talked about it over on the podcast a little bit. Like there's stuff where like we get shipments for Hill Air Force Base and some of the other Air Force bases that go around and things like that.
Yeah.
But it's very like you're not like when they say do not bring your phone over on the premises, you do not bring your phone on the premises. You do not take pictures of anything on the dock.
I know.
You know.
No idea. I have no
You
idea
have
what
no
that's like.
idea.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Whatsoever.
so
The blank is
yeah,
crap.
it's a whole thing. But yeah,
Wow.
like I quit that, and that was basically the like, all right, I kind of kept it low.
Yeah.
On a few channels, like if you're on my Twitter, you got every update as it was going. Instagram, I kind of let some things slip. Facebook, I let nothing slip for the
Nothing.
longest time, and it was mainly because.
Nothing.
So certain like family and friends, they still will not like the fact that I not only quit my other job, but I'm going into acting and
And they're
whatnot.
like, that's not
So
stable
it's,
work.
it's not stable, and you never know what productions could do what, and da 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 da, and and beliefs and everything like that. So it's a whole thing, and I just barely have started getting to completely publicly telling people like, yeah, I'm acting full time now.
Yeah.
That's
Welcome
not the
to
right-
my
it's-
world.
Yeah.
Scary. It's scary. I remember when I first. I say I remember it. This was only literally just over a year ago. It feels like 5 million years ago. It's like when I finally quit and FanX was over and everything. I was just like, what am I doing?
Well, your boyfriend was out of town too at that time.
Oh,
it was
yeah.
Really tough.
Yeah, that was pretty hard. You were in Hawaii.
Yeah, I
Working
remember those
4 hours
times.
a day. 4
was
hours
so
a day,
rough.
4 times a week.
It was such rough work.
Gosh.
I'm just glad you guys didn't move.
No.
I
No,
asked me
it's
to, but I
fine.
didn't.
I know.
You're out there.
I know. I got the updates.
I was not happy.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
And then we went to San Francisco, and I'm like, I want to live here.
It's a whole thing.
It's too hot.
What?
San Francisco's too hot.
What are you? No, it's not.
Butts.
It is cold.
Butts
No.
everywhere.
No, San Francisco's not. So you're thinking of Southern California? So the further you go down south, it
The
gets
warmer.
warmer.
Look
Okay.
that
But
way.
when you're, but I'm right there. But when you go further north, it gets colder. So when you get close, like San Francisco and everything, it's more the temperatures like Oregon and
Oh,
Seattle.
okay.
Yeah.
So San Francisco's.
I don't think I've ever been northern
Yeah,
California.
So San Francisco is closer. Don't correct me if I'm wrong.
Don't.
I'm probably. I mean, it's
won't.
closer to
was gonna
like
say-
it's closer to Oregon than it is to like Anaheim and all that. You can get to
I
Oregon
think he
faster than you can
forgets
through.
sometimes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
So,
that's where
like
he's
Oregon.
from. I know.
think From San Francisco, I think the tip of Oregon is like a 2.5 or 3 hour
3-hour drive.
whereas LA would take you for another 5 hours.
I
Go
And if
from
you go
San
really
Francisco
slow,
to
it's
LA.
8.
But-
What did it take us? 8.
Yep.
Well, and it also depends on what road you take.
Yep.
Yeah.
Completely
When
depends
we
on
went
what
up,
road you
we
take.
went
I
to
got you.
We took-
101.
And test.
We took 101 up, so it took us longer.
That was your
Uh,
problem.
Well, I did it on purpose.
Okay.
So I served my LDS mission in. I served my LDS mission in Santa Barbara,
Okay.
and I hadn't been there for 18 years since I got back. I haven't been at all, and I really wanted to go and check it out and go back. So we took 101 on purpose.
He's all like, I want to
Just
put
as
my
pleasant,
feet.
but still somewhat mundane as you remember.
Yeah. Best
It's
swordfish.
pleasant. It's fantastic.
Yeah, but it's
And then you're
very
there's
mundane.
Nothing to
No.
do here.
No.
Yeah, and
No.
well, because my mission went from Thousand Oaks area all the way up to
Ojai?
No, farther.
What?
San Luis Obispo.
Oh, okay. I was like, jeez.
San Luis Obispo. Out to Bakersfield.
Okay. All right. Damn, that's a
That's
It was
it's
a
a
very
big
well,
area.
but if you think about it, a lot of that once you get in the desert and all that, there's nothing out there.
But you also live next to strippers, right? That's my favorite part of the story.
Yeah, that's true. So
The
I
whole
lived
place.
in Santa Barbara. I lived on the street called Bath Street. It's right. We were a block away from
the
we-
booby,
the what?
the booby story.
Oh, that was in Bakersfield.
Oh,
But
that was in Santa Barbara.
so when I was in, we lived like a block away from the beach. 2 blocks the other way, there's a spearmint rhino.
nice.
So we were not allowed
It's
to
a
go that way.
gentleman's club.
He knows what it is.
I'll believe you.
I was talking to him.
Oh, okay.
I didn't know what it was.
it's better you don't ever learn.
Okay. I'm just gonna think
But we
gentleman's
were
club.
not allowed to go that way. So when we were there, they went, you can only head north along the beach. You can't go, I guess it was west because Santa Barbara jets out. But yeah.
I was about to make a very snarky comment, just deciding not to.
What was it? Say it.
I was like, is there a do they have like GPS trackers over on your doggone 10 speed or
We
whatnot?
had cars.
Okay.
And yes, they did. I went south.
Yes.
And then they go like, you shouldn't have. I just went south. I went to
But
Albertsons.
no, it was
Yeah.
it was the well, there was nothing over there but the Gentleman's Club, and then it ends. So that road
Back
over
then,
there
at least.
still does.
Does it? I don't remember.
If we would have driven,
I remember the swordfish and the champagne. That's all I remember from over there. I don't give a crap about anything else.
Is that where you
And the
got all your
strippers.
souls from?
Where?
Your
No,
mission?
that's lifelong.
No,
experience.
lifeline experience.
Oh, okay.
I've always been
I
this
was
way.
curious.
Yeah, I've always been this way. No, we can't tell. It's G-rated. I can't tell that story on this.
You could
This
just
is not
say
a G-rated.
she
This
was.
is- No, this is a
Kid friendly.
This is a PG-13/R podcast.
Oh, I thought it.
Wouldn't it
I
just
was
be an
told
R
Kid
podcast?
friendly.
Just tell the
So-
story. It's
okay.
my favorite story.
So when I
Sorry.
was on my mission, I very much had blinders on, and I very much focused on what was going on in life. And we lived in this apartment, and there was a single mom that lived above us. And I'm a friendly guy. I always talk to everybody. So I was talking to her one day, and my mission companion was acting really weird. So he's standing there, but he's acting really weird. And I'm talking to her. We talked for a good while. We go back into the apartment, and he goes, "Why did you talk to her so long?" And I said, "Well, because she was being friendly. I was just talking to her nice." He said, "Did you not notice her shirt?" I said, "No. Why would I notice her shirt?" Well, it was like a fishnet type shirt.
Yeah.
it was like power mesh.
Yeah, power mesh, really big,
So-
whited mesh. That's all she
See-through.
had on.
See through. Completely see through.
I didn't even notice. It's like, I mean, because if anyone knows me now, they'd be like, there's
Whatever.
no way you didn't
It was
notice.
so hard
There's
to
no
believe
way.
it.
And I'm like, no, I didn't notice because I was very much focused on what I was supposed to be doing. And
She
that's
had a
just,
very reflective necklace on, and you just saw
Just
yourself just
there was-
talking the whole time.
that is actually very possible. You were even looking at her boobs. No, I wasn't. I was looking at the necklace.
There was a mirror in
Yes,
the necklace.
that has actually happened to me.
I
But
saw
that's
you
a different
gearing up
story.
to talk. I was like, "What are you about to say?"
Release your knowledge.
That's actually very possible. I've actually gotten in trouble for that, but that's a different story.
You have too many.
I've got so
Sometimes.
many stories.
It's a good
Sometimes.
thing.
It's a good thing.
Oh,
I'm
I've
not
got
saying it's a
so
bad thing.
many stories.
Oh.
Well, and because I like telling stories, like she's done it several times. She's like, so this stuff happened to us, but Josh, he's talking to her mom. This stuff happened to us, but Josh is going to tell you the story. So I tell the story.
Disney feet.
Disney feet. You want to hear about Disney feet?
We've got a little bit more time left.
Okay, Disney feet.
Okay, really quick.
So when we went on our honeymoon, we started off in Utah and drove to Vegas.
Yeah.
So when we got to Vegas, she wanted to go to the Tim Burton.
No, just
This is where it all starts.
Fine.
This is where it all starts.
Fine.
This is where it's got to start from the beginning. So
We're gonna be here for a
we
while.
wanted. No, I can tell fairly quickly. So she wanted to go to the Tim Burton thing. So we went, walked through it. It's very disappointing. It was great. Because it was from the Neon Museum, which is really cool. But they put it in Tim Burton.
Okay, no,
features.
you're saying it wrong. Okay. If you're gonna talk about this, this is how it actually went.
Nice.
Thank you. So in the advertisement for the Tim Burton art exhibit, they used
I was just trying to be politically correct.
I know.
And be nice
Okay,
about
let
it.
me
You
be the-
are
I can
you
be
are
the
heated.
bitch.
You are heated.
I'm okay with being
You are
heated.
still heated about this.
I can't. It was a lot of freaking money.
Use that fire.
Still, you're too heated. And that has nothing to do with Disney feet on how heated. No. It has nothing to do with Disney feet on. You can be heated about this in a minute. Let me finish my story.
No. So
It's the Moody fire.
That's why I love her.
the advertisement uses all of the photos from their actual art exhibit from New York City 10 years ago. So like the famous snake from Beetlejuice and everything. You see that art sculpture in all of their advertisements. It's gorgeous. That's what I was expecting. They lied.
Okay, thank you for your heatedness. Now, anyway, so we
That Moody
went,
sizzle.
and it was not as much as it was
They
advertised.
lied.
And not as much as it was advertised. Still great sculptures, but not as much as advertised. So first we went through, we got done at the right time frame we were supposed to. But there was another exhibit later on at night.
That I thought was more accurate.
So
It
she
really
thought
wasn't.
was
It
more
lied even
accurate.
more.
So we waited till 9 o'clock, went and saw a great movie, and then so it was 10 o'clock at night, we started driving to California. So then we get to California about 5 in the morning. She's been asleep in the back the whole time, and so we're both already tired. And then we get up, we had this really great Airbnb that was walking distance from Disneyland.
Nice.
So we walked in. On the walk in, she realizes that this pants she's wearing, I did not wash them correctly. So I washed them with other clothes, and there were fuzzies in her pants.
And it's
so she's
itchy.
already upset about the fuzzies.
Okay, so when you're
So-
like constantly itching your inner thigh as a woman in California, you look like you're doing other things.
And she has the feet of the same size as my 9-year-old. So usually kid shoes aren't made for a lot of walking because they'll grow out of them
tennis
quickly.
shoes.
Even then, they're still not made. They're kid shoes. They don't have the same type of padding adult shoes have. So anyway, so her feet are already tired. So we walk to Disneyland. So we didn't really go on any rides. So we didn't stand we went on 4 rides.
We went on the Guardians of the Galaxy, used to be Tower of Terror, and let me tell you, it has got a little bit more G-force to it.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Like, it used to be just like, they'd shoot you up and then they would just drop you. No, they like shoot you up and pull you back down. And my dress went,
It was dark, so no one saw anything.
and I almost cried.
So
was like
so we're
almost
walking around,
mental
and then
breakdown.
so there was the boogie, what is it, boogie night,
Oogie Boogie.
Oogie Boogie was going on at Disneyland, but
Oogie
they put
Boogie
it
Bash.
Oogie Boogie Bash was going on at Disneyland, but they put it in California Adventure.
There you go.
So we decided that we were going to go to
California.
California Adventure first, and then spend the rest of the night at Disneyland. So we are in California Adventure. She looks on the website and finds that Alice is going to be walking around in Disneyland at this certain time. So of course we have to leave California Adventure to go find Alice.
If anybody knows me,
But
I'm an Alice in Wonderland freak.
yes, you are.
Freak.
All we did in Disneyland was look for Alice in Wonderland
No.
stuff. That's all. But anyway,
Stuff.
Stuff.
No, you're right.
So then we
Stop.
went
I
over
think
to
I meant
find
for
Alice, And we didn't just like
Hold on.
wait in the area.
Hold on.
We had to walk around
on.
to make
Hold
sure we
on.
didn't miss her.
It wasn't just that. We were like on the outskirts of California Adventures, and she was going to be on the outskirts of Disneyland.
Near
so we had,
Toontown.
like way opposite side, and then we'd have to go back to California Adventures to do whatever else we wanted to do before they closed
So we
down for
did
the
it.
bash.
So we went
Went
all
to
the way back.
Alice.
We walked around for several hours waiting for her. She finally came.
Two.
That's several. So we walked.
Couple. 2 is couple, 3 is few, more than that is several.
Anyway, we walked around for a few hours, and then looking for her, and then we walked back to California Adventure, and we walked because most of it was going to shops. It wasn't standing in line, which was better, but it was still a lot of walking. And then we went back, finished the different areas we hadn't seen yet in Disneyland, and then we wanted to find some gifts for our groomsmen and bridesmaid that helped us out tons, made our wedding amazing.
Oh my gosh.
So we were trying to find the right stuff. Well, we went to several shops, didn't find one for our one friend, left Disneyland, went to the downtown Disney, went to one of those stores, nothing. So we had to go back in to Disneyland. At the time, they're doing their big night show, their big light night show, and this one's the Halloween one. So it's Zero goes from the
instead of Tinkerbell, it's Zero. So of
Zero,
course the
so it's
crowds
really
is
cool.
10 times bigger because
Tons
it's
of
the
people.
special show.
So that's when, after we finally got the right gifts and stuff like that, we finally are, and it's like 10 o'clock at night at this point. So we've been going from 8 o'clock in the morning till 10, nonstop walking around, and then we're walking back, and she goes, I'm not going to make it. And our phones are both dead at this point.
We were
So
like,
we couldn't
let's get
call
Lyft.
Uber, we couldn't call Lyft, we couldn't call anything. So we had to walk back. That was our only choice. So I had to carry her for a little bit on my back, and she's like, okay, and she's just dead. We finally get back, and it's not until the next week, Halloween night, that the phrase comes up. So same thing, we're in San Francisco, and we're walking around. We're starting, we walk back and forth. San Francisco, is it's just
Nothing but hills.
Nothing but hills.
Yeah.
That if your parents ever said, I walked to school 10 miles both ways, they probably lived in San Francisco. So we're walking back, and it's like 2 in the morning at this time.
Yeah.
And she's
Because
like,
we left the club.
Disney level, and she just breaks down. I'm like, we're not even a block from our, so I know where we're at.
But it
And
felt
she
like
was so drunk,
forever. I
and
was
she
not that drunk.
You were so drunk, and
I
she
might have
was
been
like,
that drunk.
you were so drunk. You took your frilly sparkle dress and ran back and forth.
No. That was when we went to go get the Alice.
I'm fully aware when it was, but you were still drunk that whole night that you did that. So you ran back and forth like 10 times trying to get the right shot.
The majestic run with like the fantasy dresses that you see in like castles and stuff. It's like a 10-second video, and they're like whoosh, 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 and that's what I wanted. With the sparkly dress.
Already dark at the time she wanted to do this, so they were never gonna get a good shot.
I didn't think about it until then. Because I saw the light refracting off the sparkles, and I was like, I feel so pretty. And then I'm like, whoa, it swishes really good.
Very accurate representation of your mind.
I know.
Very accurate. No, that's not even. It's not even her mind. This is what she says. That's what she was saying that as she did it.
What? Today?
Yes, you did. It switches so well.
Yes, you do.
Yes,
you
you do.
this kind
You
of stuff
say it out loud
all the time. I've got Vegas proof.
All the time. You'll think of something. Well, and that's why I love you, baby, because I do the same thing.
I know.
So it's just like all the time. I don't know where I was going with that. I lost it.
Disney feet.
Oh, Disney feet. And so now our phrase is when she's getting too tired, it's Disney feet.
Because our feet are just so swollen. Like half an hour at the end of the night, the last
Will you
half
quit
hour.
saying our feet? My feet were fine.
You kept saying
You're married now.
"Let's
It's
sit."
our feet.
It is our feet.
Yes.
Good
Yes.
point.
can you ever trust someone who's like, I wasn't that drunk, and someone else is like, yeah, you were. No, I wasn't. Yeah.
That's when you have to admit that you really were.
Can you trust?
But she does the same thing to me. So if I say, oh, I wasn't that drunk, and she says, yes, you were, I have to go, yep, I sure was.
You don't have to.
Oh, yes, I do. Because it's true. If you were saying, yes, you were that drunk, then I listen to the podcast and I go, yep, sure was.
The early days of Seam Rippers and Dremels podcast. Don't listen.
You start learning some different things like, don't drink this much before.
Don't drink at all.
I used to have to drink a little, even that half a beer I had. I was like, okay, that's enough, because I don't want to get even close to that.
Because he'll get comfortable, and he does when you're talking, you want to drink water, so then it ends up only being alcohol, and then it got to be too much. Yeah, so we've learned.
So she was doing you a favor by drinking your drink.
Yes.
In actuality,
How thoughtful of her.
no.
Very thoughtful.
For the simplicity of the podcast,
Yes. I felt it coming
no,
from over
it's
here.
not even-
I got
it's
another
not even
joint
that.
too.
Look at me
Okay.
and look at her.
Uh-huh.
I can drink 5 times as much as her, and it doesn't affect me. I'm a much bigger person.
Yep.
And
That's physics, Moody.
Yes.
Did you say booty?
Moody.
Oh, I heard.
Moody.
I heard
Wait,
beer
I
Moody.
am never going to call her Booty.
I mean, technically, the full nickname
I'll
is Moody
call
Booty.
her Moody.
Moody.
That's fine.
I know I mean, she claims a lot that I
She claims a lot.
drank as much as her, and I was drunker. But
Married me.
and I love you every day.
Married me.
So
You could have all this crazy.
I know it's all mine. I'm excited.
This is mine.
Will you not stab me in the leg again?
You can have all of this crazy. It's all mine. Don't stab me.
Again.
This is precisely why I love having them on this podcast. Okay, you get everyone else gets very used to you get used to Brandon, you get used to Carly, you get used to Ray, and then there's these two.
There's no getting used to us. No, there's no getting
It's
used to
very special flavor.
Very small increments.
Very special stabby
Small
flavor.
increments. I mean, if you'd seen us in the castle of the wedding, it would have been.
We had fun though.
Holy crap! That was.
did,
Don't remember most of it.
We even did the whole scene where because there's 2 staircases in the castle.
Yeah.
So we did it where one was upstairs, one was down. I would yell Giselle. She would run up.
And he would
And
run
then
down.
run down. And then and I would go up, and then she
We just went in a circle.
Did it wrong. And then finally she's like, stay there! I'm like, okay. And then she comes back down and we did our kiss and stuff. She's like, no, you were supposed to stay there.
And then everybody clapped, and I was like, don't look.
So, for someone who wasn't at the wedding, there's 2 different rooms. One room has Moody going, "Oh, swishy." The other room has you going. that was the whole wedding.
I mean,
Yeah.
It was so glittery.
Yeah. Oh no, it's not. That's too ambitious. You're so pretty.
You're making me blush. Stop.
Yeah,
You're not wrong.
Way too manly.
Oh, okay.
Mine is totally.
I pictured you manly on your wedding day. I'm sorry.
No.
See, this is why I
You
married you.
need to see Josh in more instances. Josh, I'll put it this way. Josh is the most cuddliest, friendly person that can kill you.
So it's like me and man version.
But scarier and so much nicer.
It's because you're tall.
It's because I'm tall.
It's because you're tall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
I
like
got
a
muscle.
Cuddliest
chihuahua.
man that could kill you. Do I
His,
want to take that
his
risk?
like
If I turn it this way, I can see my muscle. Oh, sorry. I was looking at myself again.
Remember, the camera.
I know, but I can see myself there.
But if you want to see the
That's
muscle,
why I moved that way.
Wait, we gotta put
why I went that
hold on.
way.
Let me put my pasty white face right there, so then you can see it
good
better.
area of
still can't
reference.
see it.
There
Yeah.
you go.
Just
There you go.
where am I at? I'm here. Where are we going? What's happening?
So we
Why are
always
we here?
need
Why are
a
we here?
white sheet around you. Not sheet, a white board around you, and we also need a mirror around you at all times, and then
Yes.
we can just.
No,
Okay,
because
don't
then
pay
we won't
attention.
ever have a
Okay.
conversation. If you want to take me out of the conversation, just hand me a mirror and I'll stop talking.
But then
But
when we
that's
need
the
you
only
back-
time.
When we need you back in, we just put the whiteboard in front of the mirror.
Oh yeah, you
It's
got
like-
it.
It's a
and
whiteboard because then you can draw.
Then I can draw.
His doggy fetch toy is a mirror and a notebook. Go get it.
Notebook. Yeah, so just so everyone knows, to keep me distracted, I have to draw.
He did it to the camera.
I did. See, the camera's
Oh, bravo! You know where the
Yay.
camera is.
Good job.
It's right there.
Yay!
And this is-
Alamo.
It's-
Alamo.
They won't be able to see. We're using a
They can't see it,
webcam.
it's
They
just-
can't
Is
see
that
No,
a
they're not
penguin?
supposed to. No, it's him.
What?
Yeah.
I'm a
He's a
penguin with a
bird.
hook?
Yeah.
That looks like a penguin.
Well, I'm not very good at drawing.
I was thinking
So
of
that's
that.
him now.
Yeah, I was thinking of that from over here. I'm like, he's drawing a penguin.
It's a penguin.
But why does he have a hook?
Because you
You
gotta
evil penguin. Because you gotta cut off your hand so you won't messing with the mic.
That's
got
very
facts.
extreme.
He's got facts for you, Mason.
That went dark quick.
Can I
What
have a
was that?
sock so I stop messing with the mic? Let's cut off your
No,
hand.
no, I'm not giving you a sock. Stop asking for a sock. Alright. There we go. So, like I said, I wanted to thank you guys for coming over on this episode. Like, I'd seriously need to get you guys back on way more often. I really do.
We're
Yeah.
always willing.
I meant. This is like, you're welcome. We're a treat.
I'm so glad you noticed.
I was delighted to have you in my company in your house.
I'm so glad I'm here. Oh wait, that's the wrong way. My
No,
bad.
no, it's a, you need to be so glad that I am sitting in this seat over here.
Aw.
There you go.
Gotta flip over the couch
I'm
cushion
not-
so no one
I-
sits where you've sat.
I am not. That, no, I'm not. I'm not in the perfect spot. I haven't figured that out yet.
We'll find the lighting for you.
We'll find the right spot.
We'll find
Yeah,
it.
because this one makes me a little chunky.
Yeah. There you go.
I
just
think
a
I need to
balance.
get more.
All right, over here.
Okay.
Trying to mix my.
Oh, shut up!
Paid good money for those.
I had to do it once. Then I'm good.
Hey,
That's
I'm
the
fine.
requirement?
I was showing off the shirt, thank you.
Oh, it's a great
Sure,
shirt.
This is
sure.
from-
You were showing off the shirt.
Panache Parnassus. I can't remember. You guys.
You don't
name.
even remember.
It's the name is so confusing. Just find me, and then I can show you where I got this awesome T-shirt.
They show off a very specific part of my shirt.
Oh,
No, it just happens that that's the best part of the
It's
shirt.
the
It's
best.
fine.
That's where see, and that's why every T-shirt and whatnot they always put the focal point. I'm like, okay, we're gonna put the focal point of the shirt over here because well, when ladies wear our shirt,
Yeah, no, it's the whole
Be
point.
right
It's better business.
Here.
That's the only reason why we make
every guy
shirts.
goes by like, is that unisex? I want that shirt. I don't know why, but I want.
I want it.
That's the reason they make shirts, actually. They don't care about the rest of the market. I don't
Well,
know.
unless you
Facts
watch
by Mason.
unless you watch Kill a Kill, then it's totally different reason why they make
No,
clothing.
we're not talking
Very
about
true.
it.
It's
Very
very true.
Can't
If you watch
even-
Kill a Kill, it's very different reasons why they make clothing.
See?
That's probably anime that's way.
I actually saw that one.
Oh, did you?
Yes,
Yeah.
I did.
That's so.
He's an anime junkie.
Oh.
Okay, so
Well, you say that, and then you compare me to Candace or
you-
Tyler,
Did
and
you like? Oh yeah, we had
I said
Candace.
junkie, not
Ooh.
maniac.
Oh my gosh,
all right,
Candace.
I'm okay with that.
So, did you like Kill a Kill?
I did.
Okay.
I really
Yeah,
liked the
I thought it
animation
was-
style.
Yeah.
And I really liked, I don't remember her name, but Bob Hair Girl.
The
Little slightly crazy one.
oh yeah,
whatever her
the
name
blonde.
is. Yes.
She's the best.
I don't know
Miki-
Japanese.
Mikio?
Mi-
Was that? I'll have to look it up.
Americans trying to say Japanese names.
That's
Teach
why we
us.
try not
Teach
to.
us.
There you go.
Teach us
I
a
will.
Japanese.
I will.
Yay.
So, but yeah, that we'll save that for another episode. I will quiz you all on
This is going to be a long episode.
Quiz
Do you
me
speak-
all
do
you
speak
want.
Japanese?
Yes,
He went
You
to
teach
Japan.
me?
I can.
No.
What if we call
I'll
you
make you the
senpai?
same promise I tell everyone. Yes, I can teach you.
Can we get two school desks in here and a whiteboard? And you're like, okay, listen up.
Yeah, we can. So.
Oh, I guess the camera's over
You,
there.
the difference between me and everybody else, though, if I learn Japanese, I get paid for it. Yeah.
Wow.
I'll do it.
I don't know.
I'll do it. So yeah. So yes, like I said, thank you guys for coming on over here. One more time, how can people go and find your podcast, see your guys, your actual social medias if you use them?
Madam Moody Costume Designs on Facebook, Instagram, Madam Moody,
People
Madam.
can't see your face when you do that.
You're supposed to. Camera there.
No!
Oh, so now that you've learned, now you're pushing everyone
I
else.
know, I know.
No, I've known where it was the
I'm
whole time.
talking. Madam Moody Cosplay on
Wow,
Instagram.
that went
Steam
somewhere.
Rippers and Dremels podcast with my lovely host, Hunky Boyfriend. You can find us on iTunes, Google Play.
Oh.
What are the other ones? Stitcher. You showed me. I can't remember. That's the 3.
Yeah.
Right? That's the 3.
I need to teach you the glories of Anchor.
And then maybe Anchor one day, and we're kind of going for a
I
Facebook.
can find it on
We'll see.
Castbox too.
Is it on Castbox?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
That's where I listen
That's
to
not
it.
I'll,
technical.
I'll get y'all on Spotify.
Yeah,
wanna go
Steam
back to
Rippers and
English.
Dremels podcast. We talk with cosplayers, talk things all cosplay. There are also mini-sodes of mental illness within the cosplay. Please listen to those and give feedback.
I'm Hunky Boyfriend. I'm just on Instagram.
And Steam Rippers and Dremels.
Oh, I'm not seen. I do what she tells me.
The co-host.
Yeah.
The co-host.
The co-host. I draw mostly and try to say,
I'm
You
really.
had flair.
yeah. So much fun.
Oh, fabulous. You have no idea.
Oh. Sorry.
And Mason. What about you, Mason? Where we can where can we
I'm
find you?
Mason. I will usually be seen here. If I'm not here, I'm under a rock in a barrel. So there you go.
do not trap you in this house.
He puts himself in the rock, under the rock, and he puts himself in the barrel. Stevan does not do it. He
I'm
does
not
not put
letting
him.
white people in my house.
Just gingers.
Wasn't he gonna do the explanation of mansplaining, or did we miss that opportunity?
We missed that opportunity.
Dang
We'll
it.
have to get that next time.
Thank
Ah.
goodness.
We missed a possible Mason explains moment.
Mason
A mem.
explains.
I'm isolating that audio.
You already have it. I'm sure you have
I
like
think I
12
already do
of them.
have it. Yeah.
What was the last one? I was like, this is the street podcast. Street.
You did a few.
Oh my gosh.
So,
He
So-
claps like I do.
I know. He's your little
it's the only
brother.
way to clap.
It is. It's
Oh,
the best.
You don't
We
want
need to
little
do a
brother?
clip of like the duo. Or
I thought we were
something.
BFFs.
No, I said you are my little brother. We're
Oh,
already
okay.
BFFs.
I'm okay
That's
with
good.
that.
connecting people. That's
Yeah.
what
I
Crack Break's
know.
for. So, again, we should be back next Saturday. Hopefully, we'll be back to live streaming. And we're going to be more regular with everything. Check back with all of our updates on all of our social media. You can find us at the Cracked Brain on pretty much everything. And then we'll have more coming to you guys later. So until then, we'll talk to y'all later.
Goodbye.
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 Okay.
You're gonna say goodbye.
What's brown and sticky?
He already ended it.
Oh.
No, I haven't.
No, he hasn't.
I like saying
My bare
what's brown
face
and
is a
sticky.
goodbye. There.
It's okay because it's like
Goodbye,
the
friends.
beauty of doing things.
Editing.